Show with your host, Liz de Savoy.
Hello, everybody! How are you doing tonight? Welcome to the Planet Lizzdom Show, coming live from Super Wonder Studios in Toronto. I am so happy to see you all. All right, guys, I have been so excited for these guests tonight. Just like every other guest, I run away from them because I don't want to blow my load. They're incredible. These guys are one to watch. They have just been signed to Golden Robot Records. They have a US tour coming up, and I am so excited to introduce to you DeadWolff. Come on up, guys. All right. Thank you so much. Bobby, bring it in. Yeah, there we go. That's right. We give hugs at Planet Lizzdom. So excited to chat. I'm so excited to chat with you tonight. DeadWolff, what would you explain your genre of music to be for those who don't know?
The new wave of heavy rock and roll.
Precisely, yes.
Very cool. Okay. So like when people come to you and say, are you a metal band? No.
No, exactly.
Because, sometimes people don't understand. They don't get it.
I mean, if you're into metal, you'll dig it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, for those of you who don't know, I actually live above Bobby. And during the pandemic, I was just about to do one of my Planet Lizzdom podcasts, and I heard some really wicked music coming from below me. And I'm like, fuck, that's amazing. And I look at my watch, I'm like, fuck, we're all live in 5 minutes. And I ran downstairs. I was like, I love you guys. Can you be quiet for an hour? And these guys are such professionals. They both looked at me. I looked at them and they went, yeah. And I went back upstairs, did my podcast, came back downstairs, thanked them so much. And let me tell you, for the next hour, I heard them hashing out this one riff. And I sat there and thought to myself, these guys, they've got something. I kid you not, DeadWolff are going to explode, blow up. I'm a huge fangirl. I'm having a bit of a, celebrity moment here with you guys. I'm a bit starstruck. You're really talented.
Thank you so much.
I want you guys to go on YouTube tonight and go to watch their video, Heavy Rock and Roll.
Yeah, we got that one. We got another one called Homeward Bound.
Homeward bound, homeward bound, homeward bound, homeward bound.
And then we got a video for off the EP.
Double Up.
Yeah.
Song.
Yeah, that one's really good. Obviously, I've been creeping you. You just had a new album come out on March 31st?
March
Yeah.
31st.
Yeah, that's wicked. And it's with Golden Robot Records.
Yes.
Just want to make sure I have that right. Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
How did that
Thank you so much.
happen? Like, I love origin stories. I need an origin story. How did you become a band? How did you get signed?
Well, so I was writing some tunes, and I wanted to get something together in this vein of music, right? So yeah, I was writing some songs, and originally it was supposed to be like me playing guitar, my buddy Kevin on bass, and then our buddy Gauzy playing guitar. But then I moved out of Toronto for a bit, and I just kept working on tunes, and then pandemic hit, right? So it was a perfect opportunity to kind of get all of our ducks in a row, right? So I started working on some tunes, vocal harmonies, stuff like that. And I was looking for a guitarist, and nobody was really about it. But Bobby was about it.
All right.
About it.
That's right. Bobby was about it.
Yeah. And so I showed Bobby some tunes I had. And, they were just kind of skeletons, and you slap some meat on the bones. And then we recorded the EP. Shot that off to a few people, actually. JJ from Boonsdale Records, who's the drummer, singer of Thunderer, he released it digitally. And then we shopped around some labels to pick up the EP to release it physically, and Metal Salt Records picked it up. So we coasted off that for a couple tours, and then we sought out a larger label to pick up the full length, and Golden Robot Records was about it, and there we go.
That's incredible,
I have
guys.
coffee right here.
Oh yeah, guys, you gotta pick yourself up a coffee. Thank you. I remember the day that Bobby told me this, and I was just blown away because you guys really, you're pros. You know, you gotta know that when you have a call time, you show up for that call time. These guys were early, and that's a big
we're
deal.
here for the beers.
That's right. Whatever works, right? Now,
That's how you got us.
that's how I got you guys, and this is how you got me with your music. Angus couldn't be here tonight. He is the drummer, but he's actually doing a solid for a fellow band whose drummer couldn't make it for their gig tonight. So, Angus, shout out to you. That's a big deal. Very big deal. Let's hear it.
Yeah, that's what Angus does for work. He's a drummer for hire. He does some, teaches people some lessons, this and that, and
There's a lot of studio stuff as well.
we got a month-long tour coming up for the release. So we're all just trying to,
Make as much money as possible before we go.
Yeah.
Ends meet before we can go.
I'm so excited for you guys. You're going to be going through the States, headed out west, and then up through BC and back out east.
Yeah.
That is correct, Liz.
Because, again, I've been creeping you. Is this your first U.S. tour?
It will be, yes.
That's wild, because I've been seeing the posters popping up on your social media from different cities, and looks like there's a lot of love for you in Texas.
Yeah, Texas is gonna be right on. We're doing 3 of the 4 Texas dates with friends of ours down there, a band called Tiny.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're in the same vein, heavy rock and roll, right? So,
That's very, very cool. I'm so thrilled for you. How are you going to tour? Are you going to have a van, a bus, bicycles?
we got a V8 fucking Ford F-150.
Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh, that's great. I hope you do a lot of social media posts and stuff like that during your tour, because it would be really cool to see your backstage process.
Yeah, we're gonna be keeping up with it. I mean, it's one of those necessary evils these days, right? You kind of gotta be on your phone and this and that. Mind you, you're not always the most present person, but it's the nature of the beast.
No, for sure. I am a huge fan of process. When you guys went into studio to record heavy rock and roll, did you have a routine or a ritual that you did before you went into the studio each song, or?
Sort of, not really.
Kind of drank a lot.
We drank a lot.
Okay, that's a ritual.
One of the tracks was actually written during the recording phase, because we just needed another track to fill the album, because we wanted 10 songs.
Cool.
So we just on the spot there.
So it's Gang Rocks. It's the last song on the album, and it's actually one of our favorite tunes to play and listen to now.
Isn't that how it always happens? Just like the thing that becomes your banger. You're like, that's it. That's the one. We wrote it in 5 minutes.
It was awesome, yeah.
That's the way she goes. Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, I love your aesthetic. First of all, I believe there is a nickname that you guys have for your band. Bobby, you were telling me about this. Yeah, maybe the Mustache Band.
Oh yeah, someone actually called Tommy and I the Mustache Twins one time.
The Mustache Twins. That's it. Because you guys have this killer aesthetic. You're rocking the Toronto. Vibe today. I want everyone to look at Bobby's Zit Remedy t-shirt. Oh yeah. And Tommy's Toronto, Canada, circa.
It's just a sweater. Don't make a big deal out of it.
Circa 1988, 87.
Something like that.
Something like
Yeah.
87's cooler. I don't know.
That's the thing. Yeah, people will be like, "Oh, you look like this, and you look like that." Man, this is just how we look like. I didn't grow this mustache
for a band.
Yeah, for a band. I grew this because I finally could.
Yeah.
If
I get rid of this will take a long time to come back.
This took me 30
I'm not gonna lie.
years to grow.
If I could grow one, I'd sport it too. Oh my god. My favorite thing to do. Yeah, thank you. My favorite thing to do is when someone has a beard, I'm like, let me think. I'll stroke their beard.
It's just what you do.
It's just what you do. Yeah. Absolutely. You guys actually shot a video in the backyard of our house.
Yeah, we used the alleyway out back of the
garage. Yeah.
Which video was that for again?
Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound.
Oh man, that's pretty cool. You've used quite a few different places in Canada. Heavy Rock was out in
Heavy Rock and Roll was filmed out in Deserano
that's a Deseronto. I love that
in an
name.
abandoned marina. And the funny thing about that is, so, you know, I knew of the abandoned marina, but I didn't know if we were actually going to be able to get in there. So it all just kind of worked out day of.
Oh wow.
And it was bitching in there. It was
Yeah.
super
Then
cool.
now it's like totally you
now
can't access
it's-
it at all. So
Yeah,
you're
it's
lucky on the
sold
timing,
now.
yeah.
So, and we actually got in there the day it was sold. So it was just one of those good coincidences that cops didn't show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because your guitars were on fire.
Yeah,
You know, fire
Yeah.
codes.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a fun time.
You know what? Sometimes you just have to be guerrilla about it. Do it now, ask for permission later,
That's
right?
exactly what we did.
You know?
That's it. You know,
Make sure
people
you have
come
enough bail
and
money.
yeah, people come out screaming at you about what are those things you're supposed to get called?
Permits. Or something like that,
Permits.
yeah.
Permits, right.
And you
right.
just say, yeah,
Yeah, we got
have
one.
permits.
Couldn't find one.
Or fuck off.
All right. I hope you're all taking notes. You know what? It's true. Sometimes you just have to do it and deal with the consequences later. You know, do you guys have any kind of bucket list places you want to shoot?
We haven't really given too much thought to other videos. We were gonna do one for the other single, Walking on Nails, but our green stack's a little slack right now, right?
Right.
We got a lot of Canadian fucking Tire money, but
Yeah.
not much
Yeah.
else.
Doesn't get us very far.
No,
I think
not
someone
anymore.
lost one it's lost a lot of it in the game. The poker you were playing in one of your videos.
Yeah, I won.
Oh, you
I
won.
won
Okay.
that game. I got a mad stack of Canadian Tire money now.
You can buy a coffee with that.
Yeah, maybe one
Right.
coffee.
One coffee, maybe. How much
Well,
is a
now
coffee now?
they're not printing it anymore.
Are they not?
No. So actually, if you have look up your Canadian Tire money, because if you have some notes from years ago, you know, like the dollar notes and stuff like that, one just sold for like $1,100.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna have to start digging.
yeah, check it out.
So are they doing Canadian Tire NFTs? Then? Like a non-fungible transfer? Like
Yeah,
how does this work?
I don't know. It's all points now, and not about it.
Yeah.
Canadian Tire, man, you're killing me.
No, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Times are changing.
I know they are changing. It's so weird. During the pandemic, you know, did you guys ever think that this could be a possibility to be able to go back on tour again, to record an album, to, you know?
Well, that was all part of the plan. We really used the pandemic to our advantage, right? While every band was getting their tours canceled, we were setting ours up. You know, we were getting all of our ducks in a row, right? So we were getting everything together, you know, the merch, the banner, the EP, getting on with labels and, you know, making buds and this and that, booking tours, and then coming out swinging.
It sounds like you guys know what you're doing.
Well,
Bobby, is there a part of the process
and
that
error.
you prefer to take on?
I mean, the whole process is just Tommy and I getting together and like writing,
Yeah.
and he does most of the booking and the business stuff. I'm not about it.
Okay. Now, when you're at a show, because obviously there are going to be groupies that come to your show, how do you deal with that kind of fandom? Because you guys are going to grow. You're just going to get bigger.
I mean, if you're hitting on me, I probably can't tell. I'm oblivious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty bad for
I mean,
recognizing it.
good
too.
luck to you, but it's just not gonna, you know, buy me a beer. I'm gonna say thank you and then
Right.
go for a smoke.
Do you find people really after your show want to party with you and they're just so
100%.
like amped up?
100%.
Yeah,
You know?
and like we want to party with you too, right?
But we're so tired.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're tired.
that's true.
And also, you know, with you know, some of the drives between shows, you know, sometimes we'll rip like 6-8 hour drives to the next show, right? So like
That's
we
true.
got to be up, this and that, right? So sometimes, you know, we're just, you know, catching a snooze, but you know, if we only got like, you know, an hour or two the next day, then yeah, it's fucking giver.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's how long is your tour going to be? At like 60 days or something like that? Like
It's almost 5 weeks exactly.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
like 26 or 27 shows in 34 days, and it's almost going to be like 16,000 kilometers of driving.
that's going to require a lot of discipline, man.
A lot of gas money.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of gas money, guys. PayPal. You know, absolutely. GoFundMe, Venmo. What are the other things that we do? Pass the hat. You know.
Yeah.
Man, that's wild.
A lot. That's the thing, you know. You see a lot of bands put out about like, you know, PayPal and this and that, you know, asking people to kind of help them go on tour. We don't do that.
What if you
we
ask?
struggle and starve.
Yeah, buy the merch. You know what? That's a great
That's it.
mention
Yeah. Thank
because
you.
from what I understand, I think your fiance Jen is going to be coming to master all the merch, and I think that's a brilliant
100%.
idea.
She's gonna help us a lot,
Yeah.
not having to worry about that. Like
Yeah.
she's gonna take care of everything.
She's super
The
cool.
ever so lovely Jen Sexsmith will be
Jen's
working
amazing.
merch, taking photos,
Yep.
shaking babies.
Shaking babies. Maybe not at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, I love these stories that you can't make up, and every time someone goes on tour or does a show, there's always that one story that you just can't make up. And this is, you know, NC-17. You can definitely tell us anything. Have there been any crazy experiences after a show or during, you know, your creative process?
I mean, some that we probably can't talk about.
It
right
all
now.
kind of blurs together.
Okay.
It's you know, it's just it's all those like fun nights of partying, right? Where
Yeah.
there's, you know,
I will say there was one great experience. So we were out on tour out west, and we were playing this place called Sunny Chiba's, and none of us knew what to expect.
What a great name.
So we arrive at this place. Turns out to be a fried chicken joint.
Okay.
But they offered the bands free beer and fried chicken for the entire night. So if you're ever out there, Sunny Chiba's rocks.
yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yes. You know, sometimes just being fed and watered is all you need.
Food
No, seriously.
goes a
Yeah.
long way when you're on tour.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Sunny Chivas. Good to know. Oh, I forgot my other question. Okay, here's something for you guys. Is there anything that you've always wanted to kind of, you know, in an interview, what is the one thing that you never get asked but you want to talk about?
I don't think I've ever given that any thought.
You know, because everyone always has their agenda. You come onto a talk show and all of a sudden people are like, well, this is what my producer wants. This is what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Push the album. But, you know, is there anything any advice you want to impart to anybody who's starting a band?
Yeah, actually, you can really get by on limited musicianship. You know, you listen to a lot of these bands coming out these days, and they're so technical, and you know what, or they're singing so high and this and that, and it's
3 chords is all you need. Like,
Yeah.
something
you know,
The Ramones.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
there you go.
You know,
Like,
and like
it's
that's
very
that's
true.
a really big influence on us,
Yeah.
right? And it just goes to show, right? I mean, I'm no, you know,
Picasso on the bass.
yeah.
Well, when you're not making music, what are you listening to?
Oh,
Wide variety
yeah.
of music.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
know.
what is the most random thing you're listening to that Spotify
My
just
favorite
doesn't
band
understand?
as of late is the band Dakota. I don't know if anyone's
No.
probably ever heard of that
No,
band,
I
but it's an
haven't heard.
AOR band from the 80s.
Okay,
It's great music, you know. So
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
What about you, Tommy? What are you listening to right now?
Lately, Triumph, Thin Lizzy, and Glass Tiger.
I love Thin Lizzy. Thank you for saying that. I just rediscovered them again, and I'm just obsessed.
Listen to all of Black Rose.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so good.
So good.
So good. And Thin Lizzy is one of those bands, and I wanted to say Tin Lizzy. Thin Lizzy
Yeah.
is one of those bands where they are so technically advanced. Like these
Oh,
guys
they're
know
all
their music theory.
Great
they're the masters
musicians.
of the harmony. Like
Yeah.
guitar harmonies are crazy with
Oh
Thin
my
Lizzy.
gosh. Like, do you ever nerd out when you're listening
100%
to music?
I
and you're
nerd
just
out. As a guitar player, listening to Thin Lizzy, I'm like,
Yeah.
I need another guitar player now. Just-
Right? I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Yeah, I've been learning a lot more Thin Lizzy. You know, just
Yeah.
listen to Phil line it, how he plays the bass. It's a feat, that's for sure.
It's impressive that he sings and does those bass lines at
Yeah.
the same
Yeah,
time. It's insane.
Well, it's wild what your brain can do. Like, do you guys ever find you're on stage and all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I'm playing. I didn't realize I was playing. Like, it's so automatic.
Yep. Many times.
Not
Yeah.
really. Not
I
for
do.
me.
I'll be
But maybe
like,
it's just because I'm also singing.
Yeah.
So
often I'm just like playing and I'm looking out. I'm like, wow, this is so fun. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm still playing.
Yeah. Because you get into that groove. Do you guys have that unspoken telepathic kind of understanding?
At
Cool.
this point in time, you and I
Yeah.
are just like one brain.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
that's
pretty
just
cool.
practice.
Yeah, you know what?
months
Sharing
and
your brain's
whatnot.
important. Do you guys find you look at each other on stage? Like you can kind of read each other's eyes? Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
just like-
yeah. Here and there, you know, we know if something's wrong,
You can
or
tell,
you know,
Yeah.
you know, need a second more to tune this and that, right? So
I noticed that watching the Beatles the other night. And they would look at each other while they were performing.
that's just one of those things.
know?
You know,
It's more or less when you look at each other, it's more just like that's a cue. Oh, this is supposed to happen. Blah blah blah. You know,
Yeah.
so.
You know.
Did you ever have a show where it all went completely sideways?
No,
Like sideways. Like what the hell is going on?
not really. We were on a pretty well-oiled machine.
Okay.
But sometimes it's just, you know, if there's ever some, you know, a little bit here and there, it usually just boils down to drinking too much.
Okay. That is absolutely
It's only ever
fair.
happened actually at Sunny Chivas.
You know what? I can relate to that. I fell into a band twice in the same show because I had a little too much to drink and, you know, my heels were a bit too high. And I've learned, don't do that. What is your dream band to go attend? Like to be front row watching them, alive or dead?
Well, I already saw my dream band back in 2007.
Who's your dream band?
The Police.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw them on their
nice.
reunion tour.
Very cool.
So-
Yes, very. I love the
Yeah.
Police.
Right. Now I'd probably say, because all the members are still alive, Triumph.
Yes, that would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Very cool. Bobby, do you have one outside of that?
Well, I already saw my dream band is Judas Priest, but like seeing Triumph would also be amazing. Like
Amazing. Guys, our time already ran out. What the hell? You're one of my dream bands, and I look forward to being front row at your show and losing my voice. Guys, go out and get a copy of DeadWolff's Heavy Rock and Roll. I wish you the best of luck on your tour.
Thank
you guys
you
are
so much.
incredible.
Thank you
I'm
so much.
so honored to have you here.
Thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you
we
so
appreciate it.
much.
We had a blast.
Guys, go find them on YouTube, and remember, tune in, turn on, and take part, because you truly never know who's going to land right here on Planet Lizzdom. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much.